You're live. All right. Trip Digital Radio Sound Art Expression. I'm back. We're back in the house. Yeah. Oh man, how you? Man, we keep growing over here.
Man, our hosts are endless tonight for you.
It's
these
good,
special people coming in tonight.
Oh man, this has been fun. It's definitely been fun. Now we got Mr. Riot on here.
Oh, hey. Good evening, everybody.
And K Riots came in to sit in with us. Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
And brought a good friend too.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna flip the script, man. I'm gonna say, NK. You know what? Why don't you bring this beautiful guest in?
Well,
tell us all about her.
So we have a beautiful guest. Goes by Christina. She is a record label owner and a fashion designer and artist. She does collages, photography, and a lot more other stuff. But today we're actually going to be featuring her clothing line, art bomber jackets called Logan 5, correct? That's
right.
The brand.
Yeah, Logan 5.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Yeah. Let's bring her in. Yeah. Welcome, Christina.
Welcome, Christina.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for having me, you guys. Thank you.
Really cool.
Thanks so much.
Really cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, man, I guess we just jump right into it.
Okay.
I know you've been here for a long time. We're so sorry that you.
No, it's fine. It's been awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, just let us know where you're from and where these inspiration, these jackets and stuff came from. But just where are you from and tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm actually from, like, when I was a kid, from Boyle Heights, from the area in Boyle Heights. So
what?
I'm from LA.
From
LA. Boyle Heights,
Boyle
like,
Heights.
like this guy over here. And then I grew up in Burbank, and I went to art school. Went to San Francisco to art school.
Oh, that's amazing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, and so now, so I do photography and I do these jackets now. So we just launched Logan 5, the jackets.
Well, congrats on the launch.
Thanks. June 1st.
Wow,
it's brand new.
It's really fresh.
How exciting is that for you?
It is really great, but it's a lot of work right now. So we're trying to really, get it going. So
get closer.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. So with everything that's going on with your designs and everything, was that from the surroundings that you have here, living and being bred and groomed here in
LA?
In LA, or was that when you went to school?
Oh, you know what? I have to say that I think when you grow up in LA, I think that you're always bringing that into your art. Like I'm always bringing that into my art. Okay. So, and a lot of what I do too is the surrounding area. So there's like a lot of landscape stuff. There's a lot of, some of the prints have a lot of plants, things like that. But I do hand cut collage. That's like my thing is like I'm a crazy collage hand cut person.
Okay.
So I'm always doing that. And I take my photography and the collage and I photograph all of it. So everything I do, I'm like photographing all of it. And then I'm putting it into the fabric.
Okay.
So I'm making the fabric from those designs.
So when you mentioned you went to art school in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
So what exactly did you study? You studied photography.
Fine art photography.
Okay. And how did that lead you into the fashion industry, and what makes your style like so unique? Because I connect on that as being a fashion photographer myself.
Right.
We just kind of met. So I'd love to kind of hear like how you mashed up into that and really like what's your passion behind this launch and what makes it unique?
Well, one of the things I didn't study fashion photography per se, but just fine art. So I kind of found my way in like a roundabout way. So it's always been through the hand cut collage, through the fine art photography, that kind of thing. And I found a place in the UK, and I'm working with them.
So you were like in your fine arts training, you were very like hands-on with the fine arts.
Right.
So like, would you find yourself like cutting things out of magazines and things like that? Like you would mash up like your prints and
You're
like
exactly
all of a sudden, like you were just like, this has to live on a garment because I find it beautiful.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. I'm constantly collaging, and I've got like a table that's like just like piled full of papers, and I'm constantly creating hand cut collage.
What brought about the brand name label?
Logan 5.
Logan 5.
Yeah, it's actually a character from Logan's Run.
Okay.
And that movie kind of,
I was like, I've heard that before.
Like, I know that character, but because the idea in Logan's Run that that the people, like when they get to 30, they're like kind of useless. You know, they have to give up their lives when their palm crystal like turns a different color.
Yeah.
And like for me, I think that, you know, I've gone from photography and then raising kids and doing, you know, all these things.
You got a handful.
Yeah, I've done the whole kid thing and all that. And like, I feel like that fashion shouldn't be ageist, you know, like
Absolutely.
you're still relevant when you're 30, 40, 50, you know? And so I feel like the Logan 5 name kind of says fashion should be for everybody, you know?
Well, that's funny because that was going to be the next question I was going to ask you.
Oh, really?
Who, what, why, who is wearing this and who was made for?
Oh, yeah. So I kind of, what we're kind of doing is we know that like the skate industry, like we know some skateboarding people. I know a couple of, we have friends that are some pro skateboarders. They kind of like it. And we have a lot of friends in music. So we have a small label too. So we know a lot of people in music. And it's kind of like positioned to fashion, street, skate, and music.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And
the
this is like
skateboarders,
a satin silk blend?
it's a silk. It's satin.
Okay.
It's satin. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So are you doing just like bombers or
Just
like
bombers,
okay,
yeah.
right now?
Yeah, we're calling them art bombers.
Are they
So-
unisex?
Yeah. Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And have you like launched online? Like where can we find your product?
Right now it's online, but we're gonna have a pop-up in December. So
Oh, good to know.
in Hollywood.
More
yeah.
questions for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's awesome that you're doing that. I know NK had reached out to me to get you on the show, and I really like who you are about and what you represent. And I'm so excited that you have launched your bombers. And I want to definitely just say congrats on that again.
Thanks.
So going forward with your bombers, and I think what is your next step with your clothing brand and what you want to accomplish, and who do you really want to see in your clothing?
Yeah. Who you
Yeah,
want?
like what
there.
celebrity? Like
Yeah.
Oh, with
yeah,
celebrities.
yeah. Who do you want to wear?
Oh my.
Or something that you would like, a celebrity who would represent your brand and your image that you feel like would
Right.
get across to more people.
Well, there's like probably about 4 different people that I'm thinking that I really want to see, see a jacket on them. One of them is a friend of mine is the manager for Flavor Flav.
Okay.
And so he's due one. He knows he's actually waiting for one. And so some of the guys in some of the goth bands, because we're really into dark wave, that we love dark wave music.
I love dark wave. That's fire.
So there's somebody in the lead singer in Soft Kill. I was going to give one to him.
Okay.
And and also a couple of skateboarders that we know.
Okay.
We're trying to get one on Josh Harmony, rides for Ruka.
Veruca.
Yeah.
That's really
So-
smart of you too, because
Yeah.
of what you started with a bomber,
Right.
and you're really smart about your demographic of who's actually like wearing this.
Right.
Thank
It's
you.
unisex and is it customizable?
It is. Yeah.
That's the
so
beauty
like,
of that.
can people
That's
like
the beauty
of
pick
that
the
jacket.
prints?
Yes.
So if
Like-
somebody's like, if somebody wants one of them and they have like a theme or something like that, what I'm going to do is do some hand cut collage, and you can give me some photos, and then whatever like kind of bubbles up is what I'm
Right.
gonna.
So like
is
if,
what I'm gonna-
if I like want just pink, like you can do that for me.
I'll do a spin on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
Because you got to
so
say
I-
original.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's at
I
the end
gotta
of the
add,
day,
like,
it's
things.
still your artistry. You're still pulling that
Yeah,
out. So I couldn't
yeah.
say, oh, I want this picture on it, because that's not what you're gonna
Yeah.
do. You're gonna
That's good.
You're
What
gonna
you're touching.
you're kind of just giving
Always.
somebody can give you some ideas. So you want somebody to kind of give you ideas and what they like or what they're into, and you're kind of just putting your own spin on it.
Yeah, yeah.
On that
I would
one.
totally do that, and then take. I mean, it wouldn't be just like I want floral. It would be like, are there photos of your family? Are there pictures that are meaningful to you? And I would just kind of like, see what bubbles up, kind of, mess around with all of that.
And kind of just put something on there. I think that's
It's really just an intuitive thing, and I could work for days on
yeah.
on
Well, you
one
have-
little thing,
right.
And so
So-
with these bombers on there with their designs, so is there a couple of different designs, or there's only one style you put out right now? Because I know you just launched on June 1st. I almost
Yeah.
want to say July, but it's still June.
I have about 15 of them. But
Okay.
on the website, there's 10.
Okay.
So the other ones, I'm still like not ready to put them on there. 'Cause-
Okay.
She's still finessing.
Yeah, I do.
Do you-
Yeah, you got to
to
finesse.
Do you
Yeah.
have a current favorite? You just like one that just radiates.
I have a favorite one, but he's wearing it. The guy over there.
Oh, well, can
My
you stand?
boyfriend.
Can you stand up real quick? I would love to see this.
Supermodel,
Putting
let's
you
go.
on the spot.
Lily's gym
Do a spin.
Coming
This is
to
what
Okay,
it
Jacksonville.
is.
the strut,
Zip
like
it
so.
up,
This is a
so-
catwalk, like you're coming from the door. You know, be like.
So
He's in an awesome goth band, by the way.
Oh,
so
oh, that's
it's
even.
his
Oh,
band.
that's awesome. I didn't even see that because, like, when
Yeah,
when
so
the
zip it up.
jacket's open, you can't even. It's hard to see the image on there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This is incredible.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
Yeah.
amazing.
So what are we looking at here? What is the
Okay,
representation?
well, I had a show called The Book of Beautiful Dead People,
Thank you. That's awesome.
which is, I know it sounds odd, but what it was the photography was taken from vintage photos, and I would scan them. And I knew that, like, the pictures of the people from the 1800s, 1700s, whatever, the photos get forgotten.
Mhm.
And so you go to vintage stores and you're like, no one's connected with those people.
Mhm,
Right.
definitely.
And so I would take the photos and I would scan them and just like give them a new life, like, kind of connect them to a new design. So that has that, and then images, just design images and things layered, pretty much.
That's awesome. I love your work.
Thanks.
That's pretty dope.
Thank you.
NK, you didn't do her justice on the phone, but
Well, I think it's really amazing that you keep the history going, and you're staying true to your photographic self as well. But
Thanks.
now it's wearable art, like
Yes.
it doesn't like live on a shelf or a wall. It lives on a human being.
Is each jacket?
Dun.
I was gonna ask, is each jacket or style like that you create? Is it a limited run, or like for example, are you gonna only make like 300 pieces or 100 pieces or 50 pieces per like design, or are you gonna keep on going in production on that style? Or
I haven't made them limited yet, not at all. But
awesome.
I'm not sure if I will. I
Yeah.
think that if people want them and I, can keep making them, I'll probably
Yeah.
just keep.
It's kind of interesting seeing. I've known you for what, like 4 years, 4 or 5
yeah,
years?
Yeah, probably.
Wow,
like
but-
4.
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome to see your growth in your art, and especially like being able to take your artwork and put it on something that, well, you could be walking down the street and actually see somebody like have a walking piece of work. But I mean, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I mean, when I hung out with you and you turned me on to this, like, what the heck? This is amazing. This is like, and but yeah, it's great. I'm super excited for your success and for the coming of next 10 years has for you. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna
At least December.
it's really unexpected, but I really like it. Like, it's different.
Right.
And I really, really like that. Like, even the print on his, because if it's unzipped, I really wouldn't know what it is. I know that there's
Right.
an image, but when somebody actually, if I stop him like on the street and he actually zipped it up, like, that is like a stoppable piece that somebody's like, what are you wearing? Who is that from? I'm like, just give me that card or something. So I
Oh.
definitely like your style and what you're doing is stoppable. And I thankfully think I haven't seen it, and I'm definitely excited. And I definitely am going to go buy one of your jackets. I
Nice.
have to.
I'm
Thank
you.
see, I'm digging the
Digging
pin,
the
the
vibe.
I mean, I like
pinstripe.
the pipe, the little,
whole-
like the pop of red in there. It's
Right.
unexpected with
Yeah.
the gray
Yeah.
tones, you know,
That's tight.
on there. I mean,
Nice.
even on the back of it's not the same.
Yeah.
You would
Right.
expect the image to
There's
carry
even
on to the
printing
back.
on the inside of it too.
Yeah.
Oh, you
right?
did printing on the inside.
It has the logo.
or-
It's
On the-
the-
I thought you showed me one
we
that had
always like
printing
check
on
the
it.
tags.
Yeah.
for people.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
That has
I-
our first logo.
I mean,
Does that jacket have the printing on the inside? Don't you have
Yeah, it
something?
did. I showed it to camera. You guys want to see
No.
one more
Oh, I
time?
thought it was on
My
the inside.
biggest
on the back.
question
This
is,
one was the very first one. So at the
Oh,
time,
okay.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to put my name in there.
so are you making this in Los Angeles?
I'm not making it in Los Angeles, making it in the UK.
okay.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
okay.
But
I'm just,
but
I
that-
just
yeah.
wondering, for
But that's-
sustainability and all of that, is we have to be very
That's-
aware and conscious, where
Right.
you're manufacturing.
right
So
in the
that's-
UK.
That's great.
actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, but that's my aim, is to get it all back
Mhm.
into LA, because that's
That's great to
where
know.
I grew up. It's my
And that's
heritage
very
everything.
like refreshing to hear
Yeah.
from designers.
Would you ever
That's what
go
I
into
wanna
like
do.
designing
Yeah.
pants or hats or like
Yeah,
sunglasses?
Sunglasses.
I don't know. I love sunglasses.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
do, you
I
do,
wear
you do.
sunglasses
He
at
does
night.
rock them though. NK, you do rock those.
He's
I love
got
wearing
every
sunglasses.
day.
he rocks so many interesting pairs. Yeah.
It's these
But
thick
got the
eyebrows.
face.
I gotta cover them.
Oh my
Caterpillars
God.
coming out. Gotta cover them up.
But I do have a question. What is so with the jackets themselves? What's the turnover time? So if I order one today, when can I expect to have
It's
my piece?
actually 10 days.
Really?
It's not bad.
Oh,
not
that's
bad at all.
fast.
That's
Like,
pretty good.
is there like
To
a
get
hawk flying
on
from
a-
like the UK like to take it to us like
Yeah.
and
they
with like a
just-
drop bag like they like drop off babies to you and then it's like a jacket and it's like boom.
We just
Like how do you
wrap
get
it.
it that fast from the UK?
It's a
We
Concord.
just wrap
Like
it around
that's
the
just
foot.
like that's really a fast
It's
turnaround
actually
time.
10 days.
Because like
That's
even
great.
in LA
It's
with
a
like
dark wave
production
bomber.
manufacturing for like a custom piece, like okay, like look at pattern and,
Yeah, that's
and the
what-
print and all of this.
That's
and
like 5
that'll
months.
take you still 2 weeks.
But
It
you
was-
said,
it's
but you said,
actually- I
So
can do
you
it in
have a
10 days.
hawk flying, is what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, how long would it
Pretty
take?
much.
How
is this
long-
custom
Yeah.
or is this just a piece that's already made?
This
Because
is
let's
this
clear that
is-
up. Because
oh,
10
okay,
days
okay.
that seems quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I'm
so the
saying, she's
jacket-
correct.
so the jacket just gets printed.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So it's not like they're custom,
So the shipping time is 10 days.
it's 10 days.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's-
from the UK.
That's super.
But
That's
what
super convenient.
I ain't
Yeah.
mad at that.
We can't be mad at that. Nothing.
No.
Like, listen here, people. It only takes 10 days.
I got mad at Amazon
You know,
Prime
it
today.
takes almost 10. It feels like 10 days to even get something more. I don't even know. It takes longer to get a piece of mail from Santa Monica to your house in Los
Exactly.
Oh, girl, it
Angeles.
takes me
So-
longer
I mean,
to
literally
walk to
3
my
months.
mailbox. It takes me 10 days to go check my mail, which
So
is
I
like
just think like that is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that. Like I love your brand
Oh, thanks.
on
Thanks.
that. So
Is there a custom? Sorry.
No.
Is there a custom pricing? Is there a
what is the
pricing thing
price
that you-
point?
what's
That's
the
I
price
was
point?
going to
Oh,
ask that too.
It's actually it's 200 for each
Okay.
one.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
it's not crazy.
No,
I
no,
mean,
it's
like
on
two.
point.
I mean,
Yeah.
200. I think for what you're getting in the unique pattern, like the unique style and the concept that you're focusing on, I think 200 isn't bad because you're not. This is not something you're going to wear for a week or two or a
Awesome.
month. Like it's fashion, and just
Yeah.
like discard
Exactly.
it as much as LA does on that with fashion. I definitely think it's a staple piece in your closet that you can pull out at any time.
Yeah.
And so if
Yeah.
I always kind of weigh up that when I tell everybody in the audience is like, what are you weighing for your fashion on there?
Mhm.
Something if you're paying something. If I'm going to pay a high price point at a certain thing, you know, how long am I going to get out of it and what is it going to do for me? But yours on there, it could be any time. You can pull it out with any outfit for any event and it works.
Well, it's LA,
Yeah.
and it's
the
LA,
cool-
but this is always, it
Well,
works for any fashion. It works
Also,
for any season.
Just talking
I
about
think it
price
does.
points and working in the fashion industry. Sorry,
$200 is
but
good.
I'm feeling this garment.
No, that's
so
not-
like I can tell like they're
But it's a
this is
safe.
You're checking it out.
expensive
Feel
material.
good?
She's
And,
been like
this is a
feeling it the
strong
whole
scent.
time, guys.
That's why I'm like, is it satin silk? Is it
Yeah.
satin blend? What is it? But like you have the lining inside. You have
satin lining.
yeah. So it's gonna hold up.
But
Yeah.
it's not only that, but you're gonna be able to make that statement, which you do a lot here in LA.
Yeah.
Mhm,
You make a
mhm.
statement. Even
Yeah,
my
they're
man
very-
walked in here and
they're
makes a
bold.
statement.
He made a
That's
statement.
awesome. Yeah, I'm like,
And
I'm digging it.
congratulations, that's
So,
that's so bold.
We got to talk about that,
launch a brand.
Jack.
Yeah. It's a lot of hard work. Like
Definitely.
it's a lot of hard work.
I'm
And-
learning the pattern making too.
Oh, you
so-
started that
Okay.
now?
Yeah, you're
Like
just
I
like
said,
learning in all the
Yeah,
processes.
because I'm like I said, I was fine art photography, so this is something that's still evolving for me. You know, I'm going to be actually doing that part.
Yeah. It's a growth.
So-
Like this is another chapter that
Yeah.
you're going into.
What do you want?
Awesome.
What do you want your supporters, the people that
Yeah.
are following you, to know
Yeah.
about you and your jackets and what your journey is and your concept is? What do you want them to know?
Well, this is a culmination of a lot of experiences that I've had in music because, I mean, we set up shows, we do different festivals, things like that. And it's music and it's photography. And I think what it is also Logan 5 is about fashion being cool for everybody. It doesn't matter like what age you are. Like one of the things in LA is that it's like if you're, you know, there's kind of like an ages thing a lot of times fashion wise.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I was saying, I think a good thing that the reason why Logan 5 or the idea of it is that it's for everybody, for
That's
you
beautiful.
know, for any age.
Yeah,
No, definitely.
Yeah.
can't be mad.
You can't be mad. I mean, I don't know. We should probably just
Can't
go
be
by
mad.
it next week, you know?
So
Thanks,
with that
guys.
being said, I mean, where can people follow you, find it, you know, source you? Where can we do them?
So the website online is logan5house.com. And then we're Logan 5 House on Instagram.
okay.
easy to
Yeah.
remember.
And
Logan
Twitter.
5 House.
Yeah, Twitter
Yeah,
too.
and then
Okay.
Twitter
Is it
Logan
is
5
it
House.
the number 5
Number
or
5.
5?
Oh, the number 5.
number 5.
Logan-
Okay.
Okay.
So Logan
Yeah.
5.
Logan 5.
Okay.
For sure.
Logan 5 House.
House.
Because
House
it's
music?
Design house.
Is it HAUS or
I'm a house head. I was
I
like,
know. I'm like,
yeah,
why you
bro.
trying to like throw that in there? He's like, ah.
Is
Why
it
not?
HAUS or
HOUSE.
there's
Alright.
two ways in the
Yeah.
fashion industry, but yeah.
I was
Logan
going to do
Fine.
that, but then I thought, well, I mean, is that
Just for
kinda
all
like-
of our fashion
trying to be
fanatics to
very-
know out there, is it house or
Yeah,
house? Like we
yeah.
spell it two different ways. So
my house.
yeah, good to know. Awesome. So
Yeah.
That's
the
awesome. I
five
didn't know
and
there's-
the traditional way of how you spell the house.
See, I didn't know that.
Actually,
either.
how
We're
long-
learning so much stuff.
How long you been into the music or dark wave music scene in Los Angeles? How long you
in
been?
that scene. Well, we had a gallery, so it was Space Gallery, and we did that in 2011, and then
But
we
you,
closed it up and sold it in 2000. Actually 2019.
but you've been in the music scene for how long? Like way before that, right?
since so I used to go to shows in LA in the 80s.
So we're talking
Punk
to a
shows.
mother
All punk.
legend in
We're,
here.
we're talking to an OG.
I mean, now you're really
I
showing
love
your
the,
age.
I like the
Come
dark
on.
wave. Honestly,
He
like
knows what's
the
up.
dark wave is really.
It's
It's coming back, and I'm honestly like you kind of like you and your art. What kind of reminds me of what they're doing called the Cholo
Cholo Goth.
the Cholo Goth night. And
Cholo
actually,
Goth?
I mean, no,
We were
because it
talking
is
about
dark
that.
wave. Like honestly, I'm come from Colorado, so I actually one of the many reasons, but one of the reasons I actually really wanted to come out here was because of the Cholo Goth nights that they were doing and the dark wave. Because I've seen Prayers in Denver,
oh, okay.
and they're actually starting to bring that to Colorado starting this
Yeah.
year, which is awesome. So I love your roots on there. We're definitely gonna have to get you back.
Oh,
I want to
thanks.
hear more of your history with photography and the music industry and what you had an art gallery or a venue?
A music
Yeah,
festival.
actually, we had it was called Space Pomona,
Okay.
and I opened it up in 2011. So since then, we've had a show every month since 2011, and then in 2016, we moved to Claremont. But we always had every month we'd have different bands that were happening in LA.
Okay.
Well, LA bands or touring bands, or so a lot of people that went on to become pretty, decently big
Yeah.
and go to the next level came through our venue too.
That's
So that was the music before I started.
in that one.
putting
So it's kind of
things
like there's some
together.
history back there.
Yeah.
We need to definitely get you back on there because I want to, because I'm not from LA and I love hearing about the roots and like the essence of LA and the backbones of that.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm definitely want you back for sure. And I want to say definitely congratulations again for doing this and starting your clothing brand. I think
Thank
that's
you.
like, incredibly
Thanks.
awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Yeah, we gotta
Just walking out with this
get
piece
her.
tonight. Hey, thank you.
she's like
a
merch.
jacket on jacket game. I know Keith has a super important question
Oh,
for
man,
you
yes.
about.
Oh, yeah.
I want to find out what this
people
is
like.
because there's some. I mean, there's so many different things. You were touching on some things that as far as the goth era and the
Mhm.
things that you grew up in. But now I want to kind of find out with this and what's going on, what's to come. What is your superpower?
What is my superpower? Actually, I think it's bringing people together
Mhm.
because, I do my own art, obviously, and in different mediums. But I've always brought people together, like with the gallery. It was all about the shows, the people coming
Mhm.
together, supporting the artists,
Yeah.
booking the bands. So I think I don't know, maybe just my love, and I did well at it. And then with the help of this guy here. So, but I think it's about really connecting people. I mean, that's how I met Chris, and, he's amazing. And I think my love is meeting so many musicians and artists, and I do that myself, but I love connecting with people.
Yeah.
And people getting connected after I, talk to them and
Right.
I put them together, or I put these people together with these people together, and we show their art together, and they end up like connecting and doing further stuff together. So I think that's what it is that makes me.
It resonates within you.
That
It's
makes me really
togetherness.
happy.
You know what it sounds like it's about to happen.
You know, I honestly, I just had an idea. We need to get her back on here. I want NK, and maybe we need to get maybe Prayers or one of the guys on there and talk about the dark wave. And I think that's having a resurgence right now.
That's exactly
I
what
was
about to say.
like thinking, because I was like,
Exactly
literally,
what
because
I'm
I just was like, they literally are bringing that to Denver. And like, I was like, do I need to fly back home for this? Because that,
Bring
like,
it out here.
honestly, I saw Prayers and I was like, I love that. And I went to one of their nights at Lash.
You
And-
saw them here?
I've seen Prayers in Denver, but I've also been to the Cholo Goth night at Lash.
Messaging Dave right now to come
Oh,
out.
I was too afraid to meet him, but I honestly,
I'm messaging
there
right
is
now.
such
Yeah.
a culture
I'm
of
messaging
people.
right
We
now.
need to actually come back and talk about that. The Latina culture and the dark wave is absolutely
I can-
incredible. And there's
Yeah.
nothing like it. And I keep talking about all my friends about it. There is something I have never seen before. And I came to Lash and I saw Dave play, and I've seen Prayers and it's incredible. And I definitely want you to come back because I think
Okay.
you would really do well for the background on there and for
Right.
knowledge that I can't, or any of us can't cover.
Okay.
But I'm so fascinated by you and like what Chris has told me and what I have seen here that we need to get you back. Like this isn't gonna stop.
And
'Cause that's-
actually, you're
always
talking about
welcome.
the Lash in downtown.
Yes, Lash,
So-
people,
And I'm
the
going to talk about
Lash.
her lashes and also how
Her
she
lashes
has
are
a dark
stunning.
wave, cholo wave going on with her bangs.
Yes.
So
Let's not dismiss that.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
All
true.
about
The
like she
pump
got
bangs,
the whole look
the pump
together.
bangs.
It,
So we
sounds, it sounds
definitely-
like you're going to have to think about doing a resurgence of those 80s vibes.
Yeah,
Bring
girl.
some
Oh,
back
I'm
there.
totally
telling you.
80s
We gotta
vibes.
bring it back,
It sounds
though.
like that.
Yeah.
I see
That's my
something more
thing.
in there.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think is all we do. I want to say thank you again for
Thank you.
coming on
Thank you,
to
guys.
Mhm.
our radio show, and we loved having you on here. And congrats again to your clothing line. And I think the future things that you're going to be back.
Most
And
definitely.
I think there's more to come of her. Like you
Definitely
are
is.
definitely a guest that will always be welcome in that rotating chair
So,
for you, girl.
Thanks so much.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And we'll
Me and
all
NK
be
already
wearing your
looking at each other.
jackets.
We'll be like,
I'm already messaging Dave
But
right
me
now.
and him, like
We're
me and
getting
NK
jackets.
always connect. Like me and him have a good
I'm already
connection.
messaging him right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you gotta do Dash Radio at Trip Digital Radio.
Yes.
Yes,
That's right.
please. I might die. But besides the point. So I
Let's
think
do it.
as it is, do it.
That's it, man. We
right.
really appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate
once
you
again,
guys.
let people know, talk to them right there. Let them know
Okay.
where they can get your jackets, where they can find you. Let them know one more time as we close out.
LoganHouse5.com and Logan House on Instagram.
Most definitely.
So yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
All right.
I'm going to check
And
that out.
Facebook, of course.
And Facebook. Don't forget about
Yeah, I
Facebook,
can.
people. Like and
try.
share. Like and share. That's what it is about
I'm just
today.
kidding.
Double tap.
Most definitely. Well, hey,
And
let's say thank you very much, Christina.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank
Coming.
you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
All
That's
right.
it. That's it, man.
and
Wait.
this is Trip Digital. What is this? It's sound, it's art,
Art.
and it's definitely an expression, man.
Most
Thank
definitely.
Thank you so much.
Peace out.